right now. On this platform, you have chosen a video because the title interested you, or the thumbnail caught your eye, or the algorithm decided you should see it, and the person on screen seems genuine. They seem independent. They seem like someone who is simply sharing what they think. What if they are not? What if the video you are watching was reviewed and approved by a British government official before it was uploaded? What if the presenter signed a legal agreement banning them from ever telling you that? What if the content you believe is authentic was shaped, edited, and signed off by Whitehall? A 3-year investigation published in July 2025 reveals that this is not a hypothetical. It is a documented, confirmed, ongoing operation, and it has been running on this platform, the one you are on right now, for years. My name is the voice behind Creepy Chronicles, and this investigation is about something that affects you personally, not as a citizen, not as a taxpayer, but as someone who uses the internet to find information and form opinions. The British government has been secretly paying YouTube creators to make videos. The creators are bound by non-disclosure agreements. Their audiences have no idea. And the operation has been running across 22 countries, using nearly £10 million of British public money. This is the full investigation. The operation is run through a London-based media company called Zinc Network. On the surface, Zinc presents itself as a communications consultancy, the kind of firm that helps organizations build audiences and shape narratives online. Its website talks about transparency, authenticity, and countering disinformation. In practice, Zinc Network recruits internet celebrities, YouTube creators, Facebook influencers, social media personalities, in countries that the British government considers strategically important. Central and Eastern Europe, the Baltics, the Balkans. Countries sitting on the fault line between Western influence and Russian pressure. Zinc was co-founded by a former Conservative Party spin doctor. Its contracts come from the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, Britain's foreign ministry. It has also received contracts from the US and Australian governments. It is, in the words of one former employee who spoke to Declassified UK, a key player in Western influence operations. And until July 2025, almost nobody outside of government knew it existed. The mechanics of the operation are described in detail by whistleblowers and leaked documents obtained by Declassified UK after a 3-year investigation. Here is how it works. Zinc identifies influencers, people with existing audiences on YouTube and other platforms. It approaches them with an offer of funding. The influencers are interested. Then, before they are told who the real client is, they are asked to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Only after they have signed the NDA, legally binding, enforceable, are they told that the client is the British government's Foreign Office. From that point, the content they produce is subject to review. Zinc staff work with the influencers to, in the words of one job advert, shape their ideas and edits. The finished videos are then sent to British government officials for final approval before they are posted online. The audiences watching those videos see none of this. They see an independent creator sharing their perspective. They do not see the NDA. They do not see the Whitehall approval. They do not see the £10 million. One former Zinc employee put it simply. They said the influencers just take money and sell their followership to a paying client. The most serious allegation to emerge from the investigation concerns the 2023 Slovakian election. Slovakia went to the polls in September 2023. The election was won by Robert Fico's Smer party, a left-wing nationalist movement that is skeptical of NATO and considered broadly sympathetic to Russia. It was a significant political moment, watched closely by Western governments who viewed Fico's victory with alarm. According to a former Zinc employee who spoke to Declassified UK, Zinc Network ran an influencer campaign in Slovakia in the lead-up to that election. The campaign targeted young voters with messaging designed to boost turnout for Progressive Slovakia, the pro-European opposition party. When Smer won anyway, the source described Zinc's campaign as interference in a sovereign country's internal affairs. They said it looked like dictating the foreign will. The British government, when asked about Zinc's activities in Slovakia, confirmed only that it provides feedback on videos for social media to ensure alignment with overarching project objectives. That confirmation appeared in a parliamentary answer. It is on the public record. The government did not deny the Slovakia allegation. There is a reason this story feels familiar, because Britain has done it before. The Information Research Department, the IRD, was a secret British government propaganda unit that operated from 1948 to 1,977. It produced and distributed disinformation across the globe, planting stories in foreign newspapers, funding writers and intellectuals, and shaping public opinion in countries the British government considered strategically important. All without public knowledge, all without any form of democratic accountability. When the IRD was eventually exposed and closed, it was described as a Cold War relic, a product of a less transparent era that Britain had moved beyond. The Zinc Network operation, according to the legal experts and former employees who spoke to Declassified UK, uses tactics that mirror the IRD almost exactly. The same secrecy, the same deniability, the same use of apparently independent voices to carry government-approved messages, the same absence of any public disclosure to the audiences being targeted. The Cold War ended. The playbook did not. I want to be clear about something important. This investigation does not claim that every polished YouTube video you have watched is government propaganda. The vast majority of content on this platform is exactly what it appears to be: independent creators making independent content. But the Zinc Network operation raises a question that cannot be unasked. How would you know the difference? The operation was specifically designed to ensure you would not. Zinc staff were instructed to ensure that every video feels authentic. Influencers were chosen for their relatability. The government's involvement was buried under NDAs. The Whitehall approval was never mentioned. There are some signals worth knowing. Content that appears on channels in Eastern European countries, focused on pro-Western political messaging, with unusually high production values for the channel's subscriber count. Presenters who seem reluctant to discuss who funds them. Channels that appear suddenly with a complete library of content on specific geopolitical themes. None of these are definitive. All of them are worth noticing. The British government has not denied the core allegations in this investigation. In its parliamentary answer, it confirmed that it provides feedback on videos before they are posted. It confirmed the Zinc contract exists. It declined to provide detail on the grounds that publishing information would pose risks to partners and beneficiaries of the projects. No parliamentary committee has investigated the operation. No independent review has been announced. The Information Commissioner's Office, which forced the release of the heavily redacted contract, has not pursued further action. The operation continues. The influencers are still posting. The NDAs are still in force. And the audiences are still watching, with no idea who is really behind the content they trust. Creepy Chronicles investigates the cases the official record would rather you never found. Every Thursday and every Sunday, real, documented, told without apology. Here is the question I want to leave you with. The Zinc Network operation targeted audiences in 22 countries. It used YouTube, this platform, as its primary vehicle. The influencers it paid were bound by NDAs that are still in force today. The operation was specifically designed so that you could not tell the difference between genuine content and government-approved content. Share this video with someone who trusts what they watch online. And think carefully about the last video that changed your mind about something. Who made it? And who approved it?